Alright, I'm going to show you this plasma cutter. So this is amazing. I like it a lot. I wish I could have it long time ago. But if you have to do like small cuts or maybe big cuts, I'm going to explain you the two big plasma cutters that you can find in the market. So I'm going to show you, for instance, in this case, I have to make a small modification in my solar system in my truck. So I'm going to show you why I'm going to use this, why you should get one. So if you're thinking in getting one, I'm going to tell you my experience about getting this type of products. All right, as you can see, I did a cut already, but I'm going to show you. There you go. That easy, that quick. Here I have another piece of metal, same thing. Done. If you have copper, same thing. I forgot to put this, but even it works, but just for a few seconds if you don't put the ground. As you can see, so easy. I highly recommend to get something like that, but with the compressor built in. Right, I'm going to show you here. For instance, I have my solar panel on top of the truck, so I'm going to cut here, because sometimes I want to do some improvement or anything like that, and when I have to have access to this access box panel, it's a pain in the butt when you have this, because you have to remove it like that and then move it on the side. It's a pain, so I prefer, I'm going to cut it just here, there, and done. Alright, as you can see, it was very easy. So always you have to make sure that you're not going to melt anything here, but all these cables, they are strong enough, and also they are not that close to the metal, but as you can see, it was very easy. In a few minutes I was able to cut. It was precise and easy to remove. Now I have to unscrew this, and that's it. And when you finish working, you just roll up all the cables, put it away, and that's it. If you want to buy a plasma cutter, here I'm going to show you a few options. For instance, you have the option, I want to maximize this picture so that way you can see a little bit better. So in this case, it comes with the input for gas. So if you want to put gas, some of these plasma cutters, they use gas or just air, plain air. So I'm going to change the picture so that way you are going to see it. Also, you have the 110 and you have the 220. For instance, as you can see, it comes with the input for gas. So as you can see here. And also you're going to see the 110 to 20. So usually in 220 you're going to have more power and you're going to be able to cut much better. So if you can choose 220, the better. But if you are here in US and you have only 110 in your house, okay, this is all you, I mean, this is going to be the most common option. In my case, the one you just saw is 110, so it works just fine. And it will help you to cut in almost anything, you know, if it's reasonable. If you need to cut like a very thick stuff, okay, that will be another story. But this is at least what you can get. So as you can see, in this case, we see is $269, so almost $300. So if you're outside of United States, you want me to send you one, just let me know. Also, if you want to buy something like that, I can leave you the link in the video description. Also, here you have the other option. This is great, I mean, if you want to buy something like this, but the only problem is that you have to refill the tanks. This is with the acetyl and oxygen. So the good thing about this is you can be in the middle of the desert or the mountain, and you want to, you know, cut any metal or anything like that, you can use this and it works great. I have used it before in my other channel, GabakUSA. I had to do a job for a customer that I had to cut a lot of metal, and I have to use this because there was no other option, and I was to work in the air, so it was with the crane, and this was the option. Otherwise, if I had to use something like that, it's more complicated because you have to have power, you have to have the air compressor, and it's more difficult. So like I said before, you can buy these two options with the air compressor, or the one that is air compressor and plasma cutter all in one. So I prefer that if you're going to use it for small stuff. As you can see, here you have the biggest one, and this is 220, because you see the plug, and this is the most expensive one. And I'll show you this one. Yeah. So if you have, for instance, I'll show you here, this is 100 amps. So that is what I was saying. Okay, it costs more, but you know, you have more power. And this is, I think this is the one I have, is a different model. Mine is older. It has the air compressor built in. And here you can choose a few options. It seems like you can use 240 and 120. So this is better than mine, of course. But yeah, you know, if you want for something easy, simple stuff, this will do it just fine. Remember that if you can buy a few tips just in case, because you know they will wear out over time. But other than that, as you can see here, you don't see any input for air or gas or anything like that. You just plug it in and it works, and you don't have to deal with any of the other stuff that I mentioned before. No gas, no acetyl or anything like that. So here you see 120, 240, 40 amps, 60 duty cycle. Here you can see the thickness. Of course, always search those things, because if you have to cut like very thick metal, you're going to need another equipment that's going to be, you know, more heavy duty, because you can get with the 100 amps. Here you see the thickness, as you can see here. And if you need, you know, very little, you can use something cheaper. So it depends. Like I said before, if you want to get an air compressor, I'll show you this air compressor. Usually with 20 gallons, it should be compressor. 20 gallons. With 20 gallons, it should be enough. But like I said before, check your whatever plasma cutter that you want to get, because some of them, they will say, well, you need X amount of gallons, you know, in order to be used properly. Also the pressure and everything else. If you get the little ones, I think it's not going to work, but usually you're going to get like 20 or above. So hopefully this video was useful. If you have any question, please let me know in the section below, and see you in the next class.